what I want to ask you is about Duke. Are you exclusively training with Duke? Are you still going down to ATT in Florida?
Oh, yeah, I went down there for a couple of days. Right when I started the camp, I got some working with Mikey Rod and Dean Thomas. I'm in L.A. right now training with Sage Northcott, training with Raymond Daniels, and my boxing coach, got Wild Cards. And I'll go to Milwaukee to start putting things together, And I tell you, man, the game has changed quite a bit. I used to spar really hard 3 days a week when I was in camp. When I wasn't in camp, I used to spar to get in shape. So I would spar Monday, Wednesday, Friday, boxing, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Muay Thai, and I would wrestle on Wednesday. So that was just straight stupid. And I was doing it, and I thought in my mind, I would pump my body into getting in shape real fast. But I was injuring myself, and I was, breaking myself down. So now I might spar hard once or twice a week. I might do a lot of timing sparring, a lot of drilling, a lot of repetition, a lot of situations, and a lot of positions, and just really become a master at each area.
Yeah, it seems, that the obviously the less sparring and the removal of headgear has become a big thing when people do spar because, you just Vaseline up so you don't get cut. But, having a smaller object or not having your head surrounded by what you think is padding, but in reality is giving you a larger surface area to have your neck tweaked and your brain, kind of sloshed around. So what are your thoughts on headgear versus no headgear?
Man, I hate headgear. I always start with headgear.
I hate it too.
I might make it a round or two, but I always got to come up off of it. I'm like, hey, man, if you're worried about protecting me, just don't punch me as hard. If you get to a shot at 25, 40%, I know in a fight you could have hit me at 100. I could have been knocked out. The fact is that you got the punch off. And also, it makes you want to move your head. Sometimes you're like, oh, I'm tough, I can take a punch. But you take a punch to 16s and then whatever the weight of the headgear is, you take a punches with that. So when you make someone take the headgear off, and also I don't like you have those little cheeks in the bar. I can't really see uppercuts, and I feel like kind of claustrophobic where I can't really see shots coming.
Yeah.
So I try to start with the headgear, but to answer your question, and I usually take it off.
I can't stand the headgear either.
Yeah, I've started to kind of get rid of it, for the most part. But this camp, I haven't worn it, and I like the difference, and especially if you have training partners that, like you said, he's not going to throw a full power shot. He's throwing 25, 35, 45% and touching you with it. It's not like you guys aren't trying to sleep each other. You're trying to just score points and get in better positions and work on technique.
Yeah, I think the hard training, to really push through when you're tired, say that for your strength and conditioning. Say that for, push your cardio, push your body to limit. If you're tired and around, make a choice to step forward, make a choice to throw punches even when your arms are burning. But don't think that you got to go ham. That's when guys get injured. And at this level, man, you got a family support, you got, career aspirations, you got money on the line. You can't come up short and not make it healthy to a fight. So I would say all that crazy flipping the tires and pushing sleds, don't get grimy on those workouts. Yeah. Get real technical, real precise on the other workouts.
Yeah, and do you ever do any pool work? Because I've started to do a lot more pool work and get rid of all the pounding on my body from other stuff. So my high-end cardio, my sprinting, and even my low-end stuff where, I use the big hydro bells and I put on my hands and I'm sitting there punching for 45 minutes straight. I've really grown to love that. Did you ever try and do pool work?
I started the pool work, but I'm going to be honest, my big, muscular-ass body hates the water.
Yeah.
And I just have not been able to be efficient enough in the water. So I can swim a few laps, but like Demetrius, I talked to him, he'll swim 30 minutes straight. But he got a coach that's sitting there, and he cannot get out the pool. He's sitting there waiting. You can't stop. You can't get out the pool. I just don't think I can make it more than 5 minutes.
Tyron,
so.
Don't feel bad. Listen, I've grown up in Hawaii and in Southern California. I've grown up in the ocean, and I hate swimming. It's not just you.
It's horrible.
It's hard.
But see, the thing is,
I want to do it because I know it's such a great workout.
It's the best cardio.
Yeah.
Running on concrete and pounding.
Yeah, there's zero impact. And well, see, the one thing is I don't even swim. I've got a belt that goes around my waist that keeps me floating upright, and I have these things I hold in my hands. They're called hydro bells, and they're basically like paddles that are facing multiple directions around your fist, and you're sitting there just punching straight. You can do sprints. You can just kind of be mellow. Like this morning, I did 45 minutes straight of just punching. So I think I got in over 2,000 punches. It's pretty incredible. I recommend it to everybody.
In a month when you fight, you're going to be out there freaking, your punch volume should be nuts.
Exactly. That's the plan. Zero impact on my body and a really high punch count.
Oh, Tyron knows when you fight. He's on top of it.
Exactly.
He's doing a good job behind that commentary desk.
This is Erik Apple from American Animals, and if you're a real MMA fan, you know all about the UG, that's the underground, and mixedmartialarts.com. I'm on there every day, and so should you be. I'll tell you what, they do a podcast on Lineup Media FM every week, and it's hands down one of the best MMA podcasts out there. They get huge guests, and they do an incredible job getting access to every part of the sport. Check out the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and ugpodcast.com.
I want to ask you about that in a minute, Tyron, but one more question about your upcoming fight. We talked about how you didn't quite maybe use your wrestling as much as you would have liked to in your last fight, and you said it could have possibly cost you the fight. You got the draw, and now you're still working with guys like Raymond Daniels and Sage Northcott. And are you doing it again so you can fight a stand-up fight? Because what I'm thinking is that's going to take you away from wrestling.
No, I can say, hey, I'm gonna make you miss every kick, and I'm gonna just make you down. I can do that all I want, but those kicks are gonna come.